Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's version of my Tech Talk series. I hope you're all enjoying these videos and the technology that I bring to the table for you all to see what the vendors are up to these days. On today's Tech Talk, I'm featuring Fortinet, and my friend and colleague Kyle Wise is going to give you a high-level overview of Fortinet, and then maybe some differentiators with them and other vendors in their class, and then anything special you may want to add at the end. So, Kyle, I'll turn it over to you. Thank you, my friend, for being on the show this week, and it's yours.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Henry, so much for having me. And I appreciate all the listeners who are tuning in, I should say, during this difficult time, and hope everyone's staying as safe as possible. So if you look at who Fortinet is, so Fortinet is the #1 cybersecurity company in the entire world. And we can say that now because we ship more security devices than any company in the world. At the same time, we have the largest market cap of any security company. But if you look at our pedigree and how we were founded in 2000 by Ken Z, really as an engineering company designed to bring the best of breed security solutions to the market. And really the foundation started with all of our R&D and also our patents. So we have over $200 million invested in R&D. We have over 650 patents that we're currently bringing to the market. And really, it's all geared towards providing technology that uniquely covers the entire attack surface. So when you think about it from the endpoint to cloud and IoT, we have security solutions that cover every aspect of your network. And Henry, this is really important in today's day and age and economic climate, because as we see the explosion of edge devices with 5G, IoT, and BYOD, there's more breach points and there's more vulnerabilities than ever before. Just a few days ago, I saw a Forbes article talking about how, we're going to see the largest cybersecurity attack in the next 6 months. And really, it's because of those same reasons, right? The attack surface has increased so exponentially that a lot of organizations and a lot of corporations are caught behind the curve in securing themselves. So the good thing is that Fortinet can truly provide solutions that fill every aspect of your network. And at the same time, we can do that through what we call the secure integrated security fabric. And if you look at where we're present in right now, I know a lot of people in the past, saw us as maybe, an SMB organization or even enterprise. We protect over 70% of Fortune 100 companies in the US and have over 500,000 customers worldwide. So we're present in every key vertical. But it's also important to note that if you look at our earnings call last week, we saw an increase in revenues up 22% year over year. So it's a true testament to the innovation, performance, and reliability as we look to expand our presence in the market. And a lot of that was driven through SD-WAN, as we're one of the fastest growing SD-WAN providers. And we're the only key major player to provide secure SD-WAN in a single solution. So once again, if you think about who Fortinet is, we're a leading cybersecurity company with an extensive track record of providing top level security for the top leading corporations in the entire world. So we're here to help, and we can provide unique solutions in every way, shape, and form. To focus in on the second question that you asked, you were asking about really what separates us from the competition in the market. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that differentiate ourselves, but I'm going to focus on 3 important factors. And earlier I spoke about how the attack surface is growing at an alarming rate, right? Well, it all starts with our security fabric, as I mentioned. So our security fabric is broad, integrated, and automated. We're broad in the sense that we have 42 individual unique product lines, from the physical cameras, the cloud, network access control, SD-WAN, and many others, but we organically built it from the ground up. So it wasn't like we acquired a bunch of companies. We increased our presence through innovation in the R&D and investments that we made early on. We're integrated because we integrate with most third-party solutions. So really for your customers, it alleviates the burden of managing multiple point products, where they may be overwhelmed with multiple solutions or multiple OEMs in their environment. And then third, we're automated because we have proactive trust assessments to keep your posture current, with over 375 security experts through what we label as our FortiGuard security labs that are continually monitoring your environment in a simplified, easy to manage framework on a constant basis. But the second differentiator that I want to mention is around our ASIC chipset platform. So once again, we have a long history of innovation, but the unique part is it's all built on our custom SPU technology. Well, really, why is that important to your customer? Well, really, that means that we're delivering the best performance in the industry because we can control the performance and the cost. So if you compare us to some of the other OEMs, we have between 3 times and 47 times the performance of some of our competitors. But once again, because we don't pay any royalty rights to a Supermicro or AMD or Intel for that matter, that means that we have a much lower total cost of ownership than historically some other OEMs that you'll see out there. So it's a really, really good solution for a lot of your customers. And then third and last but not least is a third-party validation. So when a lot of IT decision makers choose what solution to put in their environment, and the same thing with CFOs, they always look at, okay, well, what validation is out there to prove that what they're saying is actually true, or that their technology actually works at that specific level. Well, if you look at what Fortinet and where we're at, we appear in 6 Gartner Magic Quadrants. We lead in next generation firewalls and UTM protection. We're top 3 in SD-WAN. But what we're really proud of is our NSS Labs rating. So NSS Labs, if you haven't heard of them, foremost unbiased testing agency out there, and we received 9 recommendations. That's 2 times more than our nearest competitor. And if you look at the degradation in terms of throughput, we have limited degradation where a lot of the other vendors are up to 80% in throughput degradation. So it's important for your customers to understand that, because while a company may market or advertise a certain performance or throughput capacity, you really have to do the research to understand, well, is that number actually true? And one of the areas where you can actually confirm that is through NSS Labs. And there's a lot of public research that shows how we perform, and really we're performing at a much, much higher level than what you'll see in the market. So once again, if you talk about the 3 main competitive advantages that I talked about, our unique security fabric that covers the entire attack surface, not just partial, our custom ASIC chipset technology that provides the best total cost of ownership and performance in the market. And then third, last but not least, is a third-party validation with Gartner, with NSS Labs, and many more that I can mention. So when your customers think about what security company to align with for their security needs, we believe that Fortinet is well positioned to help out in respective areas.
That's awesome. That's exactly what I expected. And yeah, I've known Fortinet for a while, and I know many of my viewers and those in the IT business. I mean, if you don't know of Fortinet or haven't heard of them, shame on you, especially in the cybersecurity sector. Definitely it's a strong contender for them to look at. And I hope that they'll reply and show some interest, and we can work with some of the clients here across South Florida. Kyle, anything coming up here in the next month, 2 months, 3 months? Any type of promotions, end of quarter stuff? Anything like that the customer should be aware of? Technology is great, and at the end of the day, they always look at the money side, right? So anything
Sure.
out there that we could talk about, or we do this more in a case-by-case transactional type of situation?
Yeah, I'll mention 3 things specifically that we have going on right now. First is our free cybersecurity threat assessment, or CTAP is what we call it. So essentially, it's an assessment we run to determine any vulnerabilities that a customer may potentially have in their environment, as well as their utilization rate and their effectiveness of their existing solution. And what they receive is a detailed summary that we'll review with them in depth on how we can help them in those respective areas and fulfill or fill any of those voids. It's completely free, as I mentioned. It only takes 3 to 5 days. It's unobtrusive in their environment, so it won't limit any type of performance to the organization. But I can't stress enough, Henry, how important it is in today's climate, with the massive increase in security attacks that we're seeing, to at least understand or to test your environment to ensure that you're completely secured in every area.
Agreed.
The second thing I want to mention is free cybersecurity training. So we've understood that there's a huge cybersecurity skills gap, and we want to do our part to fulfill that void or fill that void. And we're doing that by offering 24 self-paced advanced security courses free along with our NSE 1 and 2 training. So it's good for any individuals who want to increase their security acumen or want to learn more about the trends that we're seeing in the security space. But it's important to know that we're offering that free from now to the end of the year. And I can send out a link after this call to make sure that everybody has access to that. I also want to mention incentives. So as a regional account manager covering the state of Florida for the mid-market, I'm willing to get creative to work with my customers to help them out wherever they may see fit. So yes, there are potential incentives and other offerings that we can position and offer to them. We also have, demo units that we can put product in their hands so they can gain a familiarity of how our technology performs and how to use the GUI system. So if they have any concerns or any questions, or they just want to have an intro call on, maybe specific areas where they can increase their security posture, or maybe they're unsure about what, security assessment that they need, or maybe what type of CTAP assessment that they need.
Right.
I'm always willing to help in that respect.
That's awesome. And on those trainings that you mentioned, those 24 trainings, are they all technical, or are some of them more inclined on the sales side? How are they structured? Do you know?
I would say they're structured in three different ways, right? So it's industry training where we talk about, once again, the trends that we're seeing in the security space, the new types of unknown and zero-day threat attacks that we're experiencing. At the same time, some of it is product focused, specifically what Fortinet has to alleviate some of those vulnerabilities. And then third, it is somewhat technical training. But I think it's imperative to really understand and have that technical acumen, especially as you look to grow your practice or secure your practice.
Okay, well, definitely I'll be subscribing to those links
Awesome.
or to those courses. So after the video, send me the link, and then I will go ahead and include that when I, publish this to my LinkedIn and other social platforms, so that my viewers have an opportunity to click there and, get onto those trainings and learn more about the product. So that's really, really helpful. I really appreciate that. All right.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, on that note, thanks to everybody for tuning in to this week's version of Tech Talk. This is Henry Zaldivar. You guys know me already, or if you don't, you'll know me soon enough. I'll do enough of these where I'll be around for a while. Kyle Wise, I really appreciate your time. I enjoy working with you, down here in South Florida where I focus. But we'll definitely do more of these in the near future as technologies arise and as new things come up in Fortinet. We'll be sure to kind of let the viewers know whenever there's any newer technologies that come out or something exciting that they need to know about. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for having me today, Henry. And once again, if any of your listeners have any specific questions or want any additional information on how Fortinet can further secure their network, I'll provide my contact information in the comments section of the video. But as always, we're here to help and we want to do our part. So don't hesitate to reach out. And I hope everybody stays safe and take care.
That's important. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you again, Kyle. And we'll be in touch soon. Thank you so much for your time today.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.